Welcome back to another interesting tutorial about Filmora video editing software. And in this video, I will show you how to cut, trim some part of your video clip in Filmora video editing software. Let me show you how. So the very first thing you want to do is to go ahead and drag your video into the timeline right here. Go ahead and click on Keep Project Settings. Now here you have your video clip being dragged into the timeline. Then you can decide to cut or trim some part of the video right here. Okay, so like for instance, this particular clip right here, I can decide to increase the audio volume. This will allow me to see some of the area I would like to cut. Like for instance, from this part right here, from the beginning side of the clip, there was no any action, no talking here, so I can decide to cut from this part from the beginning right here. I can decide to cut them off. There are so many ways by which you can cut. One of the first way is that you move over your play edge to the area you want to cut. Then go ahead and click on this icon right here, and then select the area you want to cut and press delete key on your keyboard. Then you have automatically delete that. So I'm going to press Ctrl Z again and then show you another way by which you can use to cut the clip from your video in the timeline. Another way for you to cut a clip from your video in the timeline is that select the clip in the timeline. So when you select the clip in the timeline, then hover your mouse right here and drag. The more you drag, the more the area you want to cut is going to be cut. And then one thing about this particular method here is that it's going to be showing in the preview when you are trying to cut. Like for instance, if I come back right here and hover my mouse, just like what you see right here. So your mouse needs to turn to something like this, then you can drag. So the more you drag, the more it's going to appear. You can see the movement, and then all this area here we are fully cut off, just like so. So this is another way by which you can use to cut and trim some part of your video clip in timeline using your Filmora video editing software. Now, let's say for instance you want to cut from the midpoint of your video clip. I'm going to zoom the entire timeline right here. Then here we want to cut from this part here. We want to cut from this part to this part. How do we do that? First of all, we have to bring our playhead right here. So once you bring your playhead right here, you can go ahead and make sure you click on this particular icon right here, cut. So once you cut, drag this way, and this is one of the ways to delete from the midpoint of your clip. However, another way to delete from the midpoint of your clip is that you can go ahead and take your play edge right here. So this time around, when you select, what you need to do here is to go ahead and click on this icon right here, or better still, you press Ctrl+B on your keyboard. So now we have this particular point here that we want to drag off. So you can easily drag it out right here. We have in another clip, so I can go ahead and make sure I delete that part. So we have fully removed that empty track from our video right here. So you can go on and use this method to trim and cut any area from your video in the timeline in Filmora video editing software. So let's say for instance I want to cut this. I will go ahead and press Ctrl+B this time around, so you can see that's fully cut. I can drag this way. This will make me to trim those areas that I do not want on my video. It's that simple. So you can use this method to trim and cut as many as possible clip that you do not want in your video element in Filmora video editing software. It's that simple. For more tutorial tips and tricks on how best to use your Filmora video editing software, consider to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.